Welcome to a tutorial provided by CCE Thesis Dissertation Writing Consultants at the Center for Communication Excellence of the Graduate College. In this tutorial, you will be introduced to the formatting of the preliminary pages in your thesis or dissertation. There are 8 preliminary pages: the title page, dedication, table of contents, list of figures, list of tables, nomenclature, acknowledgements, and abstract. Some of these pages are optional, meaning that you can leave them out of your thesis or dissertation if you do not want to include them. The optional pages are the dedication, list of figures, list of tables, nomenclature, and acknowledgements. The rest of the pages are required, specifically the title page, table of contents, and abstract. Now that you know what the preliminary pages are, we'll go through each page one by one, paying attention to the specific formatting requirements for each page. Please note that in the Graduate College Thesis Dissertation template that you can download from the Graduate College website, much of the formatting for the preliminary pages has already been completed for you in the template. Therefore, we urge you to use this template early on in your thesis or dissertation writing process. All preliminary pages are numbered using lowercase Roman numerals. But as you can see in the title page, there is no page number. It is implied the title page is Roman numeral 1. This is achieved through the different first page option. Your thesis or dissertation title should be sentence case. In other words, how it would appear if it were written as a sentence. And if using a colon, the following portion should also be sentence case. When including a specialization after your major title, make sure that the wording for the specialization is exactly the same as it is listed in Access Plus. It should be noted that if you have a major and home department, the home department does not appear anywhere on the title page. Names of your committee members should not include their titles. If you have 2 major professors, both should be listed as co-major professor. The dedication is optional. If you decide to include this page, it should start on page 2 Roman numerals. The contents should not exceed 1 page. The TOC is required. The preliminary pages before the table of contents should not be included in the TOC. This means that the title page, dedication, and table of contents will not appear in the TOC. The word page should appear right justified. The spacing in between entries should be double-spaced, and the entries within a chapter should be single-spaced. 2 important things to know. Long heading titles should not run into the page column number, and if you have too many subheading levels, you can easily reduce the number of levels shown in the TOC by clicking on References, Table of Contents, Custom Table of Contents, and change the show levels to however many levels you would like to appear. The Graduate College requires you to have a minimum of 1 heading level, namely headings 0 and 1, in your TOC. Note that you will not need to type anything manually into the TOC. If you have formatted the headings within your document correctly, the TOC should show the headings properly if you click on Update field. The list of figures and list of tables is optional. If you decide to include the list of figures, you must also include the list of tables and vice versa. An exception would be if you only have figures or tables in your document. Similar to the TOC, the word page should appear right justified. The spacing in between figure or table titles should be double-spaced, and longer titles should be single-spaced. Long heading titles should not run into the page column number. If you have very long figure or table titles, you can opt to truncate them. View the truncating title captions in the list of figures and list of tables video tutorial to learn how to do this. The word table or figure should appear before each number. Nomenclature is optional. If you decide to include this page, it should follow a 2-column format, with the first column showing the abbreviated form and the second column providing the non-abbreviated form. The spacing in between entries should be double-spaced. Acknowledgements is optional. If you decide to include this page, you cannot exceed 4 pages. A sample wording is provided in the template for you, but you are not obligated to follow the wording. The abstract should be the last preliminary page before your first chapter. It must be able to stand on its own as it should provide a complete overview of your research. The content should be double-spaced with each paragraph indented. This is the end of the overview video of the preliminary pages in a thesis or dissertation. Please view other available video tutorials to learn more about formatting your thesis or dissertation using the Word template.